Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope everybody is well. Happy Wednesday. Talking yesterday about this idea of randomness and how this Weltanschauung, this perspective, this general sense really pulls us away from the meaning of our day. There's no way we can ever be able to have happy lives if what we're looking for is objective results. It's just impossible. It doesn't work that way. Because you can't predict it enough. The only way you get it is when you live in it. And the only way you really live in it is if you see the purpose in it. But since you don't see the purpose in things, because it's not how the system is built, you have to know that there's purpose in things. And to know that there's purpose in something, you have to be willing to accept the fact that there's something beyond me in this world. And that's hard. That's the struggle. And I do not mean you just take it at face value. I am suggesting that you start to pay attention to, you start to look back. And this is really, I think, the practice of great people, is this ability to look back. See, great people are constantly looking back. You think they're not, but they are. You think great people are like, what was, let's keep on going. They think that way emotionally about what happened, but they do not think that way intellectually about what happened. When you look at the life of someone who's achieved an enormous amount, they know, and this is the major distinction that we've spoken about here before, but great people know that to be great, you have to be an expert at something. You can't be mediocre at everything, because then you'll just feel like everybody else. You can't move the needle in your life if you don't have any level of expertise. That means the things you do in your life have to be deeper work. And the way you do things deeper is you look back on them. Failure only works to your benefit if you're literally learning something, not figuratively learning something. You're not like, okay, I fail, I can do it. Failure is fine. Fail fast. Like these concepts. No, failure is not a great thing in general. You don't want to fail. If you fail, you want to learn. Right? The value of failure is that it's a lesson. But if you don't go to class called failure and learn the actual lesson, then the next time you do something, you won't know how to do it. You'll be able to condition failure into your system, but why is that a good thing? You don't have to condition failure. You don't want to start to become. You don't want to start to marinate failure into your mind, so that it becomes more normal. So that when you fail again, it feels more like you. You don't want to have neural connections that are, hey, when we do things, most of the times we fail. That's not the goal. The goal is to succeed. The goal is to be able to accomplish. Failure only is valuable if you actually take the time to learn the specific lessons, the micro lessons of failure. If you're not willing after a failure to sit through the uncomfortable, what did I do wrong? Specifically, what did I do wrong? You wasted failure. In fact, I would say worse. You're conditioned. You conditioned failure, and you conditioned hiding from the reasons for failure, which will only enable you to fail more and more often in the future. Right? If you get a 65 on a test, the goal is to go through what you got wrong, so the next time you take the test, you get them right. It's not to just say, okay, fine, I got a 65. But life is way too busy for us to do that. Life is not purposeful enough for us to do that. I don't have to review my conversation with my wife if it didn't go well. I don't have to review what went wrong in my house. I don't have to review what went wrong in my work. I don't have to review why I'm not achieving my goals. I don't have to review why I'm not where I should be internally. What? Are you kidding me? It's not purposeful enough. It's not important enough. It's life. I'm just getting through the week. I'm surviving. It's almost a weekend. There's something else that I can do that'll distract me, to allow me to forget about it or live through someone else's successes. Right? When you live in a world of which what's in front of you is not purposeful enough, you treat it as such. Really, where the greatness comes is the recognition that everything in front of me really requires a sense of growing towards excellence, striving towards excellence. And excellence needs me to think a little bit. How much time a day do I give to reviewing my day? How much time a day do I give to thinking about what went right and what went wrong on the important parts of my day? I can't do it every second. And although everything has purpose, I have to pick the things that I want to double down in. Yes, every person I meet at the wedding is purposeful, but it doesn't mean that every person I meet at the wedding now requires my full-time attention. But I have to look at my life, and I have to be willing to spend the time in review. To go back to last week, where were the sparks in this that I missed? Now, if you're blessed with a mentor, if you're blessed with someone you look up to, if you're blessed with someone that knows, this is huge. A lot of times in life, especially in the workforce, the people above you they're not mentors, they're gatekeepers, that you want something from them, and you're constantly trying to pretend you're better than you are. Right? They're administrators. And the people that are next to you, aren't really have more insight than you. And the people that are maybe you're related to don't really know. So a lot of times at work, you may be in a job where your boss isn't giving you real direction, and you're not going to them for direction, that's for sure. You want to make sure you get paid, or you don't want them looking your way. And then your colleagues don't really know that much more, and your family, loves you for you and doesn't really know your job. And so you never really get any time to what did we do wrong? How do we make this better? Conversations. So you don't get better. Simple. You could get better, but we don't get better. Because getting better requires a certain level of thought. Where were the sparks? Where did I mess up? Where did I not double down? How did I not get into this? What mistake did I make that I don't want to make again? Many times, by the time we can actually sit down and think, the day is so long that we're exhausted. And so you can't really think. And then we make all these plans to get up early, but we're too tired to wake up. And by the time we get up, the day's already started. And then days become weeks, which becomes months, which becomes years, and we forgot already. I had this practice a couple years ago. For those that are journaling, you don't have this problem. The original daily boosters out there that we did journaling, I think in the first 50 episodes, we did it every day. There was a part of my life where I was really, really focused on this. And I would really spend time every day. And then every Friday, seriously, I would sit with a cup of coffee before Shabbat. And I would review the week. And it shocked me how little I remembered. It shocked me. How clear the lesson was, how clear the failure or the success was on Tuesday. How clear this thing was, and how by Friday I had basically forgotten the real gist of it. I remembered what happened, but how and what I can learn basically gone. It shocked me. The growth that I had on my own self-awareness during that period of time before I got too busy. This is a huge problem that we all have. which relates back to the fact that we don't really understand and appreciate the purpose of everything coming our way, or pick things that are purposeful. Because if we did, we would make sure that we were focusing on them not only while we do them, but afterwards. Remember Moses and God? You see my back? God goes, if you really want to see me, look backwards when it's over. You got it at the end of your day, at the end of your week, at the end of your project, at the end of your conversation. Take a moment and look back. If you really want to see me, if you want to see depth, if you want to see where you're going to get greater. This is the habit for life God's giving Moses. This is way before, sort of personal growth people started talking about it and psychologists started studying it. Look back, God says. Take the time to review. Don't rush. Don't rush. You'd be surprised just how much the world goes in circles. Catch it on the next turn. Don't rush. Life is not linear. It's circular. Hopefully it's upwardly mobile circular, but it's circular. History repeats itself. The year is a cycle. You don't graduate out of a holiday and never see it again. It cycles. The week is a cycle. The day is a cycle. Look at this world. It's just cycles. Morning, noon, morning, afternoon, night. The weekends, the months, the seasons, the holidays. Just look around at all the circles spinning around you, and you'll see that so much of our life comes back. And we keep on missing the laps because we're so focused on what's in front of us. But guess what? It's really behind us. And we'll talk about this. All right, everybody, have a great day. With God's help, I can't wait to see you again tomorrow. Have a great day.
Living on a lifeline. The world doesn't ever seem to change. Looking for the sunshine, but you're caught up in the rain. It's like your eyes are wide open, but you cannot see. You're watching life pass you by like 1, 2, 3. Walking in destruction. The winds of life blur your vision. All the devastation. Forever feels like you're on the run. It's time. No one else can set you free. You're locked inside, and only you have got the